Oh boy. He's back. And a hello and a good evening to you there. It's the Patty C's Point podcast, and it's back. I am Patty C, the Apollo Creed of podcasting. Why? Because I got a lot of nicknames. And me? I'm tight as fuck, as a wise man once said. So, it's been quite a while, far too long. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I am back for your listening pleasure. And welcome to the land of Misfit Toys. Yes! Misfit Toys. I'll explain everything. A lot of stuff going on. I believe summertime, end of the summer was the last time I spoke to y'all. How's everybody doing? How are you? First thing I want to touch on is on a serious note. What I want to tell everybody is to take better care of yourself. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. You got to love yourself, some brothers, you know? I kept getting sick towards the end of the summertime, kept getting infections with the ears, and eventually my mouth blew up. I looked like a chipmunk. And I had to get some emergency dental work done because I decided I didn't want to be adult for a long time and not see a dentist for a decade. And it was a very painful and expensive experience. So just on a serious note, if you haven't seen a doctor or a dentist in a while, I just want to tell you guys to spend the time online, spend the time on the phone, go get your appointment set up, and just do what you got to do to make sure you're healthy and around, man. You know, real talk. Just, you know, take a little bit better care of yourself. Because sometimes if you wait too long, it costs a lot of money. And you learn that the hard way. Anyway, let's get back to some happier topics, yes? So it's been a while since I talked to you. Right before I got the surgery, I had been promoted. Yep. I won the war of attrition and became the captain of a ship with a devastating and life-threatening breach in its hull. It was pretty bad. Water just kept coming in and just money kept rolling out, man. You know, just right out. And as I do, I stayed true to myself, and I do what I always do, and I made sure that I was the first one to get out of there safely. Because consistency is key. And I have since started a new position with a new company. And, you know, yeah, the grass is a little bit greener. You know, it's green. And, you know, one thing that you hear people say is, hey, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's true. But sometimes it is. That's true, too. But you know what nobody ever tells you? Is no matter whether the grass is greener or is not, when it comes time to it, somebody's got to cut that bitch, you bird. You got to trim, somebody got to cut the grass, so whether it's green or not, you still got to put some work in. You still got to do some work, you know? Everybody leaves that part out. Just something I was thinking about, you know, reflecting upon as I made this transition in life. And then, so that took up a bulk of my time too, you know. You had the surgery and I was out for a while. I actually couldn't talk, so a lot of people were happy about that. And then, you know, work took over and, you know, you had to prioritize and I had a job to do. So I was like, all right, you know, focus on this. So I got distracted from doing the things that I like to do, singing the songs that I like to sing. But, rolled right into the holiday season there. Oh, the holiday season and Massachusetts Department of Corrections always kindly and politely reminding you to place your penis directly in the cup. I had to do that. I had to place the old penis in the old cup there, and I had to take a drug test to get the new job. So it's not just a song. It's a way of life. And let me tell you something. When I went to put my penis in the center of said cup, dead fucking center, pal. Okay? I mean, right In the middle of the cup. Oh, yeah, the song. So directly in the cup. So did you have a happy Turkey Day, a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa and a Happy New Year? I found out that the word is happy when you're telling people to enjoy their Kwanzaa. Is it a hate crime? It turns out no. Oh, the old carols there. Going door to door. Enjoying the holiday season. I had a nice holiday season. I did. You know, you just you get around the holidays, and sometimes you realize that there's things in life that you want to do that you haven't done yet. And well, I did set one of said things. I got engaged. Yes, I did. I got the surgery. I got the new job. So I figured, hey, things are going good. Might as well tighten up the old noose there. Put on those socks covered in Vaseline. And well, you get the idea. But yeah, I couldn't be happier. All right, I'm going off the rails here. You know what? Let's change it up. Let's change it up. Okay? Let's get back on track. I'm going to bring in my guest at this time. You already know who he is. The lovable. The relatable. He's joyful. He's juicy. He's half Jewish. And he's jazzy. Yes. Yes, he is. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoyers and followers of the Patty C's Point podcast, please welcome my friend and yours, James Grant.
How we doing, folks? We enjoying the new year with Patty C's Point so far? I hope you are. How you doing, Patrick?
Hello, James.
Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man.
Doing all right?
Doing all right. Enjoying the life.
Yeah.
You know, one day at a time.
That's what it's all about, man.
Really is.
Trying to enjoy life. So I heard that you recently came into some free time, yes?
Yeah, you know, like just a few, at least a few weeks worth.
A few weeks worth, yeah.
Minimum.
You've been doing a little bit of gaming there, have you?
A little gaming. Mostly,
Excuse me, sorry.
Mostly wallowing, but as you said, you know, but fair amount of gaming, some stick action.
Little sticks?
Little stick action.
Little sticks.
Little Baltimore Crab People NBA
Okay.
franchise. Little South Park game I never finished, then gave up on again. And I've been thinking about starting to play Pokemon, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Pokemon!
I've just been so busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, with fucking Raiden.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yep.
Anyway.
So, a little bit of gaming. That's what I wanted to hear. You watching some shows there, James?
A little bit of this.
What have you been watching?
What
are you watching, man?
Mostly movies, actually.
Movies. Okay. Oh, switching it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything recent? Anything the people may not have seen yet? You want to tell them to see?
Watched. I finished The Godfather 2.
Godfather 2. It's been all a while.
You know, what are you gonna do? For me, that's new. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
I rewatched a couple of the Avengers movies. You know.
Yep.
Get myself.
How'd you get the old Disney Network Plus there, James?
Oh, I've been trying to steal passwords.
The old password stealing there.
So if anybody wants to shoot me an email, jprgperf@gmail.com with their Disney Plus info.
Say that again so people can actually understand it.
So it'll be very much appreciated. Just hit me up. Contact Patty C's.
Yeah, hit me up at
DM.
at what was it, Gmail?
Just DM Patty C's Point.
Yeah.
And my people will talk to you. He's my people, and he'll talk to your people.
Sure. I'll relay the message in a timely and professional manner.
You got it. And yeah, podcasts, man. That's really been the big one.
Oh, podcasts.
Russian pods.
Let me. Give me just a few examples. Like who you been listening to?
Well, little Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon.
Little History Hyenas.
Okay.
Got some New York comedy scene
Actually,
there.
I'm actually kind of I'm actually really not familiar with those guys. Anybody else?
Little Joe Rogan here.
Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good, man. Joe Rogan's
Anybody else?
a few Celtics podcasts. You know what I mean, and of course, Patty C's Point.
Well, nobody listens to that.
Yeah.
No. Oh. Anybody else you've been?
A little Joe Rogan.
Well, Joe Rogan action.
A lot of East Coast comedians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Joe Coco Diaz, cocksucker.
Oh, big time Joey Diaz, man. That's what I need in the morning.
Yeah. No, now those are guys that I know.
Oh, big time. And of course, Bill Burr, who you know.
Oh, Billy Ballbag.
Yeah.
I've listened to his fraudcast.
What do you mean, buddy?
It's a joke.
Oh,
it's part of the things we do around here.
he's talking about it.
Yeah,
Not
Billy.
going into detail, but yet he's talking about it.
Oh, Billy Burr.
You seem to have some hang-ups.
No, he's suck sports.
All right.
Talk sports.
Actually, Bill Burr was talking a little bit about.
I bet he does. James, the Red Sox are a bunch of old cheating cocksuckers over there, huh?
Still.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mookie Betts,
He's a player on the team.
player on the team. I did hear what he asked for money.
Didn't they offer him like 10 years and he retorted with 12?
12, 420.
Yeah.
Bangarang, bro. Bangarang, bro. Get that Arab. He's trying to get that Arab money.
Yeah. I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him.
Arab money.
I mean, get it while you can before Middle East is gone.
Yeah. Then the Bruins play hockey.
Probably.
I don't give a deep fried fuck.
Nice. No, yeah, me neither, man. Except for the chicken tenders at the Garden. That's a deep fried fuck. I give a fuck, sir.
Those things. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that. I'm glad you brought that up, sir. So we've covered the Red Sox and the Bruins. We've done our part.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little Pats?
Talk a little Pats.
Talk a little Pats?
You sure you want to, or
I'm good. I'm fine.
You're good?
I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine.
So can I start?
I'm fine. You know what? Let's just pop out for a minute, and then I'll. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop out for a minute. I'm gonna BRB. Yep. All right, we're back. We're fine. If you hear the rattling of paper bags, the sub guy came through. Got some sandwiches. Couple Sammys there. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. But let's get back to the point here, James.
Yeah.
The Patriots. I'm curious as to what you think about just the regular season as a whole. This was probably the first season where not only did you watch more football than the norm, I think, but you also understood the game more.
Yeah.
So, just from I'm not going to say you're not a fair weather fan. You didn't have the schedule.
I'm a new fan.
Well, you worked Sundays, like you weren't. The only way you were able to see the game was if you came here for a later game and I had it on the DVR or what have you.
And the big part of why I became a fan too is because my old job I had Sundays off.
Yeah,
so
Sundays no.
Exactly. So I just happened to, watch more and more.
You know how I started the podcast, but I want everybody to try and do what they have to do to take better care of themselves?
Yes.
You know what's a good part of that? Is Sundays no.
Yeah. Where you can eat all the greasy food you want.
Yeah.
Drink all the beer you want.
In that case, it's Sundays no lead to Sundays yes.
Yeah.
You're more open to things when you don't have to do anything on a Sunday. And with that said, a very key part to Sundays no leading to Sundays yes is you have to get everything done Friday and Saturday. Prep. Yeah. Whether it's you get all your errands done and you get all your food prep done, whatever you got to do. But then the next thing you know, it's Sunday and you got nothing to do, and you got the day off and there's some games coming on. The next thing you know, you might even fucking snuggle with your fiance or some crazy shit like that. That's horrible.
Who would do that?
I do on Sundays because I know I don't have to do anything and all my shit's done. And I can actually just be at peace. Being at peace. It's good stuff.
The Lord's Day, man.
Yeah, the Lord. Oh, sure. I mean, I guess
Work, one day rest.
if you want to give him credit, but yeah.
To the Lord, everyone.
Round of applause for Sundays now. So back to the Patriots.
Football, yes.
What'd you think?
Just in general?
What'd you think?
Well, it was an up and down season, obviously. Just like we started out having like the best like on paper offensive situation. From what I could, correct me if I'm wrong, by the way.
No. I just want to hear what you think.
It's cool. I got my mic. Yes, it was odd to watch throughout, especially as somebody who's only recently started to understand. We had like Gordon and all those guys to start about.
Jesus Christ!
What is it, like 3 weeks in? We had
it's
like
funny.
nothing.
I forgot about the fact that we had some players on the team who were like Gordon. Not only that, Michael Bennett.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Right?
Yeah, man. It was too excited. It was the kind of thing where to begin the season, I was just like, all right, another dominant season. Here we go. Sans injuries to key guys, of course, and it wasn't even so much injuries this year.
No, it wasn't injuries.
Whereas usually it's injuries that take a team down.
Yeah, they fell off towards the end of the year. I mean, the regular season, they came out like gangbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 8-0, 9-0, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't play anybody. And the teams that they were, the decent teams that they were playing, the quarterback was injured. But yeah, just the offense as a whole sputtered. The defense was rock solid up until the end of the year. Basically, if they didn't let Miami win that game, they would have had a first-round bye.
Well, also, defense and special teams is basically how we made it through, right? Like,
well said, sir. That's exactly how they made it through. In fact, I bet that if you were to look up how many points the defense and special teams combined to score this year, it's definitely going to be, it's somewhere up there. It might not be like the highest of all time, but
percentage-wise, would you say it's like 30-70?
Oh, no way.
Not even close.
It's probably only maybe like 12 to 15% tops that the points came from.
But that's still pretty
defense.
high, though.
Yeah, that's exceptionally high. But yeah, it was a lot of block punts, a lot of turnovers that went back for touchdowns. Off the top of my head, I remember Gilmore had those picks. He brought one. He just jumped that one route, man. He was gone, and then he got him again. Who the fuck was it? Was it the Texans game? I don't remember. But remember we were watching the game, like, oh, he got him again.
Yep.
And then he almost got. I was like, oh, he almost got the third time. He wanted to do it so bad. Maybe it was Cincinnati with Dalton, who I guess and the redheaded quarter. Remember the?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he break a record, or was it just a personal record for like amount of picks in a season?
I don't think no. The record is they play 16 games a year. The record's crazy, man. It's like
a career high.
It's like 14 or 15.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I want to say Dick Night Train Lane back in like the 60s or 70s somebody tied it, like Champ Bailey or Charles Woodson. Somebody tied it. I don't remember who.
So not even to divert, but talk to me about Dick Night Train Lane.
I can't. I never watched him play, but he was, to me, he was most famous for he would clothesline tackle.
Oh, really?
Like the old clips that you see where the guy throws the fucking forearm and someone does basically a flip in the air. That was probably Night Train. Hence, Night Train Lane.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, he played for the Steelers, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest defensive backs to ever play the game. I would highly recommend that not only you, but anybody who's newer to watching football, or anybody who just liked football, the NFL Network did the all-time 100 greatest players. And it is Rich Eisen, who's fantastic, Chris Collinsworth, who I like. Some people, he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I like him. And Bill Belichick.
Okay.
And they go down the 100 greatest players and coaches of all time, and they talk about him. And I only watched maybe half of it so far because it's like porn to me. You can't watch.
Especially with Belichick on there, man. He never does interviews or anything, right?
Dude, no, he doesn't do anything. Yeah. And not only that, Ed Reed's on one episode, and he was the biggest Ed Reed fan besides Ed Reed's mom.
Word.
Yeah. Ed Reed could walk on water as far as Bill Belichick is concerned. And rightfully so, because Ed Reed is probably, if not the best, he's in the top 3 free safeties to ever put on the game. And not only that, in the pros, in college, too.
Okay.
And he's got this, like, fro and this beard now, and he's going gray, and he don't care. So like he just has like this snow color going all throughout his shit, and he looks dope. Anyway,
like that.
Yeah. So the season as a whole was a success. I get that. I mean, I don't even know if you can call the season as a whole a success because you lost the last game in the regular season, and then obviously you lost the last game to get you eliminated from the playoffs. So, with the track record that the teams had, I guess it wasn't successful. But
long term, yeah, I agree.
Playoffs, it is what it is. You went up against a team that was young and hungry, and you control the clock, you control the game, and that's just the way it goes. But old Tommy there. A lot of news about old Tommy there, James.
Yeah, apparently there was a very cryptic Instagram post going.
Oh, I've seen it. Picture him walking in or out of a tunnel. Yeah.
Illuminati.
He's not retiring. No fucking way. I refuse to believe that. There's no way he's not going to retire. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves the team, though.
Oh, yeah. You've been mentioning that for a bit. You said you want him to win this year and retire a Patriot.
Every
time you said that, you would mention it was unlikely.
Yeah, I think he's going to play next year. I just don't think he's going to play here. I don't know how it's going to plan out. I talked to Tom, and he's being cryptic with me too because
tie-ups.
He's tied up. Exactly. He's got the wife and the kids and the contract scenario, and he can't let everything go.
Exactly. Man in his position.
He's in good spirits though.
That's good.
He's in good spirits. Gave me a nice recipe for a gluten-free pasta dough.
Uh-huh.
You try that out.
Yep.
But anyway, you know what? As far as the NFL is concerned, not just the Super Bowl. I mean, who cares about the Super Bowl? It's almost right around the corner. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the NFL draft, baby. Creeping up on you. It's creeping up on you. It's only a few months away. Only a few months away.
Your coup de grace for the year, if you will.
The old NFL pointing out things about people's past that have nothing to do with them getting drafted at that moment. But I diverse. Suck Celtics.
Yeah.
The entire Celtics?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Season started since the last time I did the podcast.
That's right.
We're at the halfway point of the season. Actually, I think games-wise, maybe a little bit past, yeah. So first things first. What do you feel about no Kyrie and having Kemba?
Oh, it's a dream, man. Like, the way that played out in free agency was, like, too good to be true. You know what I mean? We lose the guy and we're so hyped about, and that turned into an absolute train wreck in pretty much every definition of the term. Almost literally. And then we get this guy who's not quite in the same caliber talent-wise or physically, but has the heart of a fucking Celtic. How often can you say that?
Often, but not okay, fair enough. But I was even going to say like the people who actually produce at a high level.
No, yeah, the closest one was Horford, and beyond that, nothing.
I mean, IT
trade though.
I mean, give him credit, Fair enough.
I'm saying guys
just free agency
wanted to come here, but either way, just when it comes to a Kyrie replacement, he was the ideal. Outside of like Curry or Ja Morant, you know what I mean?
Popeye Jones,
who I would take back
redrafted
any day. One of the ugliest basketball players.
He was pretty horrible looking. Yeah.
One of the coolest names ever. That guy's doing fine. I think he died. Never mind.
Oh, did he?
Maybe.
Jamie, look that up. Oh, we don't have
him. No. But yeah, man. It's great. I'm very happy to have Kemba. He was a dream of mine that I never even talked about because I was like, it's never gonna happen.
Oh, I'm calling bullocks on that one, sir.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We went over this. You didn't like Kemba.
That's not true at all.
Yes, it is.
How far back we're talking here?
He was obviously still with Charlotte. That doesn't help. Early in his career, but at least 3 seasons in.
I think I know what you're talking about. Kind of thing where I was so down on anything related to the Bobcats that I don't remember the conversation obviously. But
I do.
Bring it on me.
It was gaming related.
Okay.
I had Kemba on my team. He was my point guard.
That's probably like, ugh.
And you go, I don't really fuck with Kemba.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You said it. You said it. Gaming.
Well, if this is as long ago as you said it is.
Gaming.
I know. And if this is as long... Hey, and I will admit to it, even though I don't remember. But if this is... Yes, well...
I just blew up your argument.
Well, either way, I've come to like him over the last few years. He, basically, I think he got his first All-Star nod 3 years ago.
He's a fucking ball player.
He's a baller, man. Seriously. Whatever I said back then, yes, shame on me.
That's all right. That's all right. Thoughts on Brown first?
Okay. Just the season he's having?
What do you think?
I was nervous when we gave him that contract extension.
So was I.
You never know. You just never know. Me and you know the deal, man. Like we saw.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue, I'm just going to make my point on Brown real quick because I didn't think of it until what you just said. I forgot we gave him that extension. I literally forgot we gave him that extension.
And the whole hubbub surrounding it. Yeah.
He's played well enough
for
me to forget that we gave him an extension. So I'm sorry, but continue.
No, that's a very good point, man. Where like last couple seasons he's been good. I liked him as a rookie. He was one of those few rookies that we get that can actually contribute on the Celtics over the last 10 years.
Look at this one, Pocket and Capri Suns.
Been there. But I mean,
that's right. You heard it here on the podcast. Allison fucking put a Capri Sun in her pocket.
I relate honestly. No, but Jaylen Brown's been balling, man.
She thought I didn't see it. That's sorry. I see everything. Stealing my Capri Suns. She steals my freedom, and then she steals my love pouches.
You gave her your freedom.
No, like I said, I couldn't be happier. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Jaylen Brown.
He's good.
Cut his hair.
Yeah, I was out on him.
You know what? Let's talk about that before we get to the next topic.
All right, so he signed the extension. We were like, how's he going to do? I don't know, Then he cuts his hair. And I'll admit, Patrick, and I am not one to admit this too often, I was out on him for a month.
Yeah.
No hair? Big problem. No hair, don't care.
No hair, don't care.
See, that's fine in everyday life.
I thought you were going to lead with that.
But when you are playing for the Boston Celtics, you got to fucking care. And apparently, the bigger beard is making up for it because now he has more hair on his face. So more hair, more care.
Mm-hmm.
It evens out. Either way.
Wherever the bulk of his hair is, he's still not finishing at the rim.
He's doing a bit better.
he's doing a lot better. And his free throws.
Is he shooting like 50%? Like close to that at least? Or
close to, and his free throws are up.
Yeah, that's the important.
His free throws are up, and that's the biggest thing
honestly,
for me.
Man, it's just you see something different in him. You know what I mean? Maybe it was the money that motivated him, mixed with a bunch of stuff. Who knows? But his presence on the court has changed. Like he actually looks up now.
Well, fair enough. Let's get back to the core value of this team with the hair. There was a lot of hair things,
right,
in the beginning of the year. I mean, it wasn't just JB. I mean, the next thing you know, Carson Edwards comes out, shaved head, and
I
then
didn't even know about the next one.
Semi.
I had no idea. And I'm going to quote you. You said Semi Ojeleye, his hair was the best acquisition of the summer.
Yeah.
And then he cut it.
He came in looking tight as fuck, as a wise man once said, with that horse mane thing that they do. I mean, you got Romeo Langford, but who the fuck cares?
About Romeo Langford. This resting bitch face Romeo Langford.
I don't even know what he looks like. I'm just going to take your word on it. Grant Williams. What do you think about Grant Williams?
My favorite rookie.
Because, I mean, take out the name bias.
Take out the name bias. He has the Celtic mentality, man. Everyone called him a smart player. And you always think going into the league they're either going to be, when somebody's mentioned was that they're going to suck, not live up to expectations, or they're going to be like all-star level immediately. You know what I mean? But this dude's a late first-round pick. A lot of people say he should have been in the second round. And while he's still not hitting his threes too well, dude, is once again his presence out there. He's making the right passes. He's knows how to play defense already in the NBA, at least to a point. You know what I mean? And he's just rock solid, man. He'll have a career, especially if he starts hitting shots.
Grant Williams, Brandon Bass.
Are you asking me to compare?
You see it?
Yes and no. I can see where you're coming from with the eggs.
Yeah.
He plays with tremendous eggs.
Not only that, but body type. Now, I know that...
No, I got you. Undersized, powerful.
I know that Bass was like 6'8".
Grant's a little shorter, but probably 6'6" even.
Yeah, I don't think he's even 6'6", man. I think he's like Draymond, like calling him 6'5" is a gift.
The presence adds inches, man.
Ass.
And the ass.
You know what I mean? Got a fat ass on him.
And he has a quickness to him, too, for somebody of his, like, stature, you know? But,
I would call him fluid.
I think so. But also, he's got, like, a dogness to him, too, within that.
That I haven't seen.
No?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, but again, we've been watching Marcus Smart for, 4 or 5 years now?
So, yeah, the bar's high. Bar's high. But, comparing him to Brandon Bass, their games are different, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I watch him. I watch him, and I just see, you know, Brandon Bass was never an all-star, but he was a professional.
100%.
He knew where the ball. You know, that's why he put up the numbers that he did. If you look at Brandon Bass's minutes played, a few years he was getting close to 30 minutes, and it was,
he was
you
a
know,
light starter.
Yeah, you know, it was 12 to maybe 14, 15, 8, and. You know, probably hit 60% of his free throws.
That mid-range jumper, man.
Yeah, but that's an NBA professional. That's a 10-year career, just like Brandon Bass had. So, like you said, you know, I think Grant Williams will have a career too.
He's got to hit his shots.
Before there was something I wanted to get to before we went to Tatum, but I don't remember what it was. So let's
talk about Hayward for a second.
You know what? I was just going to say, let's jump Tatum. Let's go to Hayward.
Let me ask you what you think of Hayward.
Yeah, I've watched more games than you have.
Exactly.
And I believe I said this twice already that he was looking. Now, granted, he's had 2 separate injuries that kept him out for a while. But both times before he got injured, he was looking like an all-star player again. Yeah. And I think if he didn't miss as much time as he did, he was in line. I bet if he didn't miss as much time as he did,
he would be an all-star.
I bet he would have taken Tatum's spot as a reserve.
I think so too.
Because he was really putting up good numbers and he was playing well, and they were running the offense through him again, which you could definitely tell the ball moved more. Not that Kemba's a ball stopper like Kyrie was, and I don't like that term anyway, but it was more fluid. It was more ball movement. There was more open shots.
He's king fluid. I think he's, from what I can tell, somewhat replacing the Horford role, where kind of bigger guy running the offense through him when he's out there, facilitates and can hit the open shot when he gets it. And he's crafty. Yeah. He's a very crafty player when his head's in the game. That's my big thing with Hayward. And it's nothing against him. He's had some bad injuries. He went through the whole thing last year. And you can tell some of the players just don't like him. You know what I mean? Like
on the team?
Yeah, or don't like his presence. I've heard that like a big part of like not just the Kyrie hubbub, but like all the hubbub from last year was him getting some special treatment, all that.
Yeah, I know Brown and Tatum didn't like that because he was in the starting lineup right when the season started.
So I think that kind of thing is something to kind of look at, you know, just pay attention to, because you can tell he's not always as locked in, depending on who he's out on the floor with. You can tell everyone wants their touches on this team still.
Yeah,
completely different than last year, but it's very much a factor.
So, all right, let's keep putting off Tatum then. So we kind of talked about the rookies already with Grant Williams. Who's your Grant Williams aside? Who's been your favorite rookie?
Ooh, it's interesting, man. I haven't seen enough of them. That's just garbage time. You can go the easy answer with Taco and everything because he's big and fun. Nothing against Taco, but
he is fun.
Big and fun.
Or Tuesdays.
I know, right?
The joke.
I like the idea of Carson Edwards, once again, as long as he hits shots. If he starts hitting shots, I like his poise out there. I like the fact that he's my height.
It's part of what we do here. Yeah.
Getting shit done.
Yeah. He gets hot, too, you know, like...
I saw one game he played in where he hit like 2 or 3 shots in a row. Granted, I think it was garbage time, but still. But Edwards did have the cool hair coming in, so he's part of that whole clique. I know inside he's still got the hair. Langford, I once again just haven't seen enough of him.
Who the fuck cares about Romeo Langford?
He hit a
you know what? No. You know what? No, it's my...
He hit a floater!
It's my podcast. Fuck off. Is Javonte Green a rookie?
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
He's fun, man.
He's
already a player.
Yeah,
he's already a player.
Every time I see him come off the bench, he adds excitement and emotion.
Do you remember what I said last week about him?
Nope.
How we haven't had an exciting dunk season from a player since Gerald Green. 2006.
Well, I remember where you said it, but we'll get to that very shortly.
And then there's Tremont Waters, who I just hear good things about. I haven't
seen anything about. How about the second year players?
Okay.
Which, let me ask a question before you answer that. Where the fuck did Bobby Williams go?
He's smoking weed and sad about Kobe. He hurt his shoulder or some shit, I think.
I hope so. Because I feel like I haven't seen him in weeks.
Oh, yeah, he's been hurt the whole time.
Is Tice a second-year player?
I think technically.
Yeah. He's having a pretty good year.
Tyson's taking advantage of the role he's been given.
Yeah.
More than anything. He's still not... If he was 2 inches taller, man. Age-old problem for too many players.
Who the fuck did we draft last year? I don't remember.
I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of trying to play, too. It was Bob Williams, and I think there was a second-round guy, too. Was it... No, we've had Shimmy for a couple of years.
Shimmy's been on the team for 2 or 3.
I think he's gone. Whoever it was is gone. Jamie. All right, fine. I'll hold that. Good.
Let's get to Enos Cantor.
All right. I'll take a jab at it.
Did you realize he had 18 and 10 before halftime at the Lakers game?
Dude, he had like 22 rebounds last week in a game, and I think 20 in another game. And I still hate him.
I want him.
I cannot stand this man.
You cannot get me to believe that his hair is not spray painted on.
One of those.
He has what LeBron wishes he had his hair. And his hair is fucked up. Cancer. Both of them. Like, and his face, I don't care for it. Remember I told you he won like a WWF championship for like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And you know what it was? Not only did I not like him when he got here, he tries too hard. You know he has a fucking podcast? I bet some of you people fucking know he has a podcast because you click and listen. I'm not gonna yell at anybody. So Enos Cantor. There it is.
Defense wins championships. That's all I have to say.
Let's talk about Tatum.
This is a doozy, man. Tatum is the doozy because there's a few places we can come from with this. He was just made an All-Star the other day.
Mm-hmm. Reserve.
All-Star reserve, of course. And the big question was it going to be him or Brown? Basically, everyone thought there would be 2 Celtics on there. Kemba the lock, and Brown's arguably having a better season.
Brown missed a little bit more time than Tatum has, I think. Because I feel like
I don't think it's enough to even really make a difference, though. You know, like I think he only missed at most 7 games, something like that. But like I said, the big question is between the two, which is kind of cool because they have such different styles of play, different roles on the team.
You know what? On Joe Rogan's podcast, they don't pause it when someone has to pee.
Okay, no.
The guy just leaves.
I'll vamp. I got you. I'll eat a fry too. But yeah, Jaylen Brown. Statistically speaking, having the better season than Tatum. But Tatum, after Kemba, is our biggest scorer. So his role might be a little bigger than Brown's. And because his game is different, Brown is more of a... I don't know, he's a Swiss Army knife who's extremely talented in a couple different ways. Actually uses his athleticism well. Tatum is a natural scorer. And every team knows he's a natural scorer. Every team knows he's likely... If you don't defend him, he's going to ball on you probably. So the numbers Tatum's producing are in good measure, man. Especially given how he gets double teamed. Brown doesn't get double teamed, you know. So, well, I think both of them were pretty deserving. I think Tatum just had the hype, you know. Like he's been hyped since day 2, you know. Pretty much after Celtics fans got over the whole Markelle Fultz trade before we knew what he was going to turn into for the first couple seasons.
Oh, good.
Tatum's been on the hype train, so it makes sense that he became the all-star between him and Brown. You know?
I'm just glad he's still talking basketball. I thought when I come back there would be like swords and African Bambaataa.
Hey, fuck Africa Bambaataa, man.
So Tatum basically, all I'm going to say is I've been paying attention to him, obviously. You know, him and Brown, when they're on the court, I may not pay as much attention to the play or positioning, and I might not actually pay attention to the game of basketball. I want to watch them individually and see, are they progressing? Where are they at compared to last year? Are they making smarter shots? Are they making smarter passes? And Tatum checks all the boxes for me. The only thing I don't like is... Brown's more powerful and definitely more athletic. I mean, it's not even. I don't think it's even close as far as just actual raw athleticism. But I feel like Tatum gets to the rim easier, and I don't know if that's just wingspan or just. But I feel like Brown's 2 steps and dribbles are compressed, whereas Tatum is just boom, boom, there, and I want to see him do more of that.
I agree.
So, but he's an all-star, and this is the progression that you needed these guys to take. These are the accolades that you want them to make to continue to make them more motivated.
Now, mind you, if we still had a couple years before they actually got the all-star nod, that's fine too. The fact that
sure.
The fact that both of them were even considered in their third and fourth season in the NBA. Granted, the East is.
I was just gonna say that.
East,
yeah.
But still, either way, it's good. It'll be great for Tatum's confidence. Not that he needs it. Brown. He could have used it, I think. You know what I mean? He's a guy that needs a little extra motivation. He psychs himself out. That's my only problem with Brown. He constantly psychs himself out. And I think this would have been a good thing for him in that regard. I don't think it'll have a big impact long term at all, but
he's too smart for his own good.
Exactly. So he psychs himself out.
He's from all accounts is he's very intelligent.
Yeah.
And
he's been on some good podcasts lately, man.
There's, like you said, you overthink things, whereas sometimes you just need to let your natural God-given talent take over and get out of your own. I'm just basically gonna repeat exactly what you said. So let's just move on. So you and I went somewhere.
Yep.
Last week.
We did.
Do you want to talk about the do you want to talk about the dinner? Or do you want to talk about the show first? Because I actually had the dinner after.
Since we're still on the Celtics.
So let's talk about the show.
Let's go show.
Where'd we go, James?
Where
the fuck did we go?
We went to Causeway.
You know what? I'm popping out. I'm popping out. All right, we got a little excited.
A little bit,
yeah. Where the fuck did we go, James?
Causeway Street.
Causeway. You know what's on Causeway?
In Boston, Massachusetts.
In Boston, huh?
Huh?
If you listen, then you'll find out. What's there?
The Garden.
The Garden. And who was playing at the Garden that night when we went to the building, James?
Basketball players.
Basketball players. Basketball players.
Basketball.
You know what the fuck they played for? They played for the Celtics and Lakers. That's where we went. And we went in guns fucking blazing.
Oh, the whole time. Bananas. In the pocket.
Oh, we're going to get to that. We will get to the bananas. Fuck Gwen Stefani. We got our own bananas to talk about.
Nice.
Yes.
Fuck Gwen Stefani.
We went to Celtics Lakers, James.
Woo.
We never went to a Celtics game together.
Not once.
And the first game that we went to was Celtics Lakers. Which means two things. One of two things. A, we can never go to another game together again because we've already reached the pinnacle.
Unless it's like Celtics Lakers finals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of us would be able to afford that. Be sure to look for James and Patrick's Send Us to the Finals GoFundMe page coming out soon.
Ooh, I'm on it.
Anyway, we got, or B, we just go see the worst games of the year.
And just have a great time.
Yeah. So we had the privilege of entering the new Garden for Celtics Lakers, which I have seen a Celtics Lakers game before live. However, it was probably the last 3 minutes, and I was 6 or 7. So
great landmark achievement, but not quite the same thing.
Well, back in the day, I feel like I might have addressed this on a podcast in the past here, but if you listen, you would know. Feel free to click like and subscribe and let people know about Patty C's Point podcast. Sure. I guess I'll get it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll throw my own little ad in.
Yeah.
All right.
Advertising.
For the love of Christ. just. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. I understand.
Well, stop it here.
You still hit I'm fucking dying, man. Back in the day, you used to, go to Fenway and there's the sausage and the hot dog and the fried dough carts everywhere. You used to be able to have those over on the Garden. It was the old Garden.
Yeah.
And my mom used to work one of them, so she knew all the guys who worked at the Fleet Center or the Fleet. The actual garden became the Fleet Center. That's how old.
Now it's the
I'm
TV.
I'm dating myself. But before it was the Fleet Center, it was the old garden. I used to be able to go in and watch like the end of Bruins games or the end of Celtics games. So I've probably been to about 40 Celtics games. 30 of those Celtics games was probably 12 minutes of basketball combined. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track again. We had the privilege of watching Celtics Lakers, and the corniest thing that I want to say first is to see the Lakers uniforms in person is almost breathtaking, because it was orange, motherfucker. I seen it. Like the aura that comes off of those jerseys. Now,
it's illuminating.
I mean, the last few, before LeBron got there, did it have that same mystique? Between Kobe and LeBron, did it have the same mystique? No, of course not.
I wouldn't know.
But to have a player like LeBron James and a player like Anthony Davis and a player like Danny Green and a player like Rajon Rondo.
JaVale McGee.
Fuck JaVale McGee. He's the greatest player in the NBA if you play 2K.
Yeah.
But just the mystique, the aura, it was mesmerizing. It was beautiful. It was as someone who appreciates the game of basketball, it was just a very almost spiritual experience to be in the building for that. And it was just I'm very appreciative that I was able to experience that.
I know what you mean, man. Like, just to set the scene as like a Celtics fan walking into this game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never seen a Laker game. Saw the 08 finals, saw us get
And a lot of Laker fans there.
a whole bunch. We'll get to that in a second, though. But like, just going into this game, just the imagery in my head, just years and years of watching tapes of Magic Bird, like 86 finals. I think I watched on NBA TV game.
It's completely usurped once you sit down in the arena, though, right? I mean, isn't
but
it
I'm
just
saying, like, for all that to be in my head going in, like,
Yeah.
years of build.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, man. And I know what you mean. The second we get up to our seats and we see them practicing, like, with their, like, yellow bottoms and
Yep.
everything, dude, like, and I know what you mean, man. Those bright yellow fucking jerseys.
There's something about it.
Something about it, especially.
Were they even wearing the yellows?
They were. They were very yellow. Like,
Can't even remember.
I know what you mean. There's a whole bunch I don't remember.
And we were soberish.
Ish.
I said soberish.
Yeah. You got it. But man, it was just, you're right, man. Spiritual, breathtaking, almost orgasmic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orgasmic is better than spiritual. I actually want to change my answer.
Orgasmic.
Called the lifeline, and I'm changing my answer. Orgasmic. Final answer, and let's just slam the door on that. Should we talk about players, or should we talk about the game first?
Let's go players first.
Okay, that's kind of where I wanted to go to. Let's start with Anthony Davis. Now we're going strictly Lakers here. Strictly Lakers. What did you feel like when you watched Anthony Davis play live? Like what were your first impressions? What were your first thoughts? As someone who's watched basketball for, you're 26. So as someone who's watched basketball for 23 years, but really only understood it for 15 to 16.
Sounds about right. Dude.
It's a lot. You've watched a lot of basketball.
Too much. Almost too
You've
much.
watched a lot of basketball.
Yeah, so
We might actually almost be even as far as time sat down watching actual basketball games, and I got 10 years on you.
yeah.
I've seen more players, obviously, because I'm 10 years older than you. But we're probably close.
I watched a lot of tape.
Yeah.
Too much tape. But going into this game, first of all, the fact that every single player besides Robert Williams on both teams was playing, that's awesome. Like, and Anthony Davis, even though he didn't have the best stat line in the game, you could tell he was still getting over whatever he was injured with.
Yeah.
He was graceful.
Graceful, yes.
For somebody that
Do you remember the
size-
first play of the game?
Yes, but that wasn't him.
Was it McGee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about JaVale McGee for 1 second. Just for
Okay,
1
fine.
second. So, JaVale McGee is... I used to hate him, but he's slowly become one of my favorite players.
Because of Shaqting a fool?
At
or
first.
Okay.
Because of Shaqting a fool. But I was already hip to the hype train for that, like, before Shaq started breaking.
We fuck with JaVale McGee. He's been on a few of our 2K teams over the years.
It's like you said, too. He's way too good in 2K. He
Way too good in
stomps
2K.
us every time. But, first play of the game, JaVale McGee... When he signed with the Lakers, he started rocking the white headband. He grew out his fro and he grew out the chops to do the Wilt Chamberlain look. Even though he's a 70...
Oh my god, I never even put that together.
The moment I saw he signed with the Lakers, I was like, okay, whatever. Just another signing.
He does try and look like him. Oh my god.
He is hilarious. I hate how much I like this Lakers team, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Round of applause for James. Seeing the Wilt Chamberlain connection.
Dudes, I see a lot of Wilt connections nowadays. But yeah, man, Anthony Davis. Like, JaVale McGee got that, like, literally 5 seconds into the game. Lakers win the tip-off.
Who's that at the door? I'm sorry.
Do you dance?
Yeah, that's all right.
We're doing the dance.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Gotta keep the microphone near my face, though. But, yeah, man, for opening play, alley-oop to JaVale McGee. But I think the play after
it was an over the defender shoulder, and it was basically like it was like a quarterback throwing a touchdown pass to a receiver. The receiver looks over his back shoulder, catches the ball. There's nobody in front of him. He just put it. It wasn't an alley-oop dunk, but it was an alley-oop.
I think it was a dunk.
It wasn't a dunk.
I'm pretty sure it was a dunk.
It wasn't a dunk. Oh, was it a dunk?
It was a dunk.
It was a dunk. It was over the... Yo.
It was
fuck.
Yeah, it was like right away. So
you know what I mean?
I barely caught it, but it was. I was like, "What the fuck? Already? All right,
so
shit." But anyway, to answer your original question before getting into JaVale McGee, the GOAT,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. I think he only put up like 8 points or some shit, or 12 points.
They held him in check.
Exactly, but he was injured and all that. But dude, it was like it reminds me of when I saw old ass Jordan on the Wizards. I don't remember much of that game when he came to Boston back then, but the grace, literally, just watching this guy go up and down the court and just seeing you could literally see his court vision. You know what I mean? The way he just went around.
The way he ran the court, the way he found himself open all the time.
Dude, a giant gazelle. Yeah, Anthony Davis is wow. All
right, so who stood out to you on the Lakers besides, Anthony Davis, LeBron, McGee? Who were you like, oh?
Honestly?
Shit.
And I hate how I forgot he was on the team, but Avery Bradley.
Yeah.
Comes out.
He had a nice game.
He was doing exactly what he used to do for us,
mm-hmm.
where he would just he would cut and just always get hit, always have good positioning when he's under the rim, pass right to him, layup every time. Great defense as usual. His footwork he lost half a step. I think,
yeah, I mean, come on.
No, but he's still class though, man.
Well, I believe he was coming off an injury too.
Oh yeah,
I believe so.
That makes sense too, man. And he's just had a fucking horrible few years.
Yeah,
too. That's the other side of it.
Yeah, on the court and off the court.
We won't get into that.
No,
but Bradley stuck out to me. I think Caruso played for a little while. That was fun.
You're stealing my thunder.
I don't remember much about him though.
I don't either, but the hype. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
I was just like, who is the fucking the Mexican henchman?
The bald ass.
You know what I mean?
He was just tinier than everyone else, even though he's actually a big dude.
You know what I mean?
But yeah.
Like venga cabrón. Yeah, that
sí,
guy.
Jefe.
Yeah, like that guy.
Yeah, boss.
Chichi, get the yayo.
Sí, jefe. Nice.
Oh shit.
How about you though, man? Besides Caruso, anyone jump out at you on the Lakers?
Only because of nostalgia. I'm just that's all I'm gonna say is just that. It's just Rondo. It was just
haven't seen him in God. I saw that guy live probably 10 times.
Yeah.
Just seeing him out there, man. Oh, actually, he did jump out at me before. It was before he ever.
He was
came
doing
to
the
game.
bands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was watching it too.
Yeah. I was like, who's that guy? Otherwise, man, it was just Lakers garbage time too. So Kuzma sucked. I like that.
Yeah, he did.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
How bad Slim Shady ass Kuzma was with that blonde ass.
You
hair.
can't really make fun of him though, because Tice was looking like that for a while last year.
But he's German.
Yeah.
If anyone can have blonde hair.
I don't know, man. I mean, Kuzma's half white, bro. He's Mexican and white or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if he's white, there's definitely some German in there.
But it's just like the white.
Furman, German. Kuzma.
Kuzma.
I know that's the Mexican part is his last name.
I know nothing.
That shit sounds like the Fury to me.
It's infuriating, honestly. Speaking of Kobe,
oh, that was a helicopter, and you know it. Don't poke fun.
I tried.
So, favorite play from the game.
Ooh.
Now, obviously, you guys, not that anybody's listening still, but you can skip the next minute. Skip the next minute, because if you didn't watch the Lakers game, then if you want to hear us talk about it, then by all means, please hit the fucking like button. And would you just tell one person about the goddamn podcast?
Share.
Shit, man. Doing it for you.
Yeah.
So, favorite play.
Need a second for this one, man. What do you think?
Well, you were actually. Were you there for the Jaylen Brown dunk on LeBron?
No, I was getting.
Okay, we'll get.
And I saw it live.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. So, watching it with you was the behind the back Marcus Smart pass.
Yes.
But that was from the Celtics' point of view. My favorite play of the game was at one point when the Celtics had the ball. LeBron was they were playing zone defense. The Lakers were, and I don't remember who had the ball, but they were close to the top of the key. They had a wing shooter and a corner three shooter, and LeBron positioned himself where he cut off two passing lanes by just moving.
He was like what Colin Sexton was trying to do last
night. At a 30-degree angle. And he just completely cut off these two wide open passing lanes for an open shot. It was either going to be stolen, contested, or maybe he would have fouled him, who knows. But that one play was where I was like, yeah, he's absolutely one of the greatest to ever step on a basketball court.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be Jordan number one. And just because of the position and the bias, I'm going to put Bird ahead of LeBron as far as a small forward. I'm always going to put Bird ahead of LeBron as a small forward. If you want to put LeBron as a power forward, now we can have a different conversation. But just that one play where he's such a savant.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm still going to be corny, but just to be able to watch it in person. I mean, when you can see it on TV. It's the same almost camera angle. For that one play where we were sitting was basically probably the camera angle. It would be lower, obviously, because we were up in the nosebleeds. But, it was the same point of view. And just to watch that was very special for me.
I also just want to say, no bad seats at the Garden.
Oh! Wrong. All the seats are bad seats at the Garden. That was the next thing I had here. How small are those fucking seats?
Oh, that's just the upper deck, man. They add a seat every offseason.
Oh, Jesus Christ, though.
Yeah, my knees hurt by the end of the game.
I don't know how. I made it knee pain free.
Do you remember me asking you? I was like,
yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, I was like,
and I go, shut the fuck up. Don't put your fucking voodoo hex on me. I'm watching the Celtics Lakers up this month. I mean, popcorn. Leave me alone.
That's exactly what happened.
I go to Celtics Lakers game with my best friend and the biggest Celtics fan that I've ever met in my entire life, with the exception of old Mike Capasso there. Shout out to Mike Capasso.
Sure.
Shout out to Mike Capasso. Good dude. Hell of a basketball fan. Woo, did he know his stuff. But yeah, just to let you guys in on a personal thing is we get to the Celtics game and I buy a program because I'm a fucking fag. So, but they were only $5. So I bought one for this fat fucking retard too. Come on, nobody. Excuse me, sorry. And who was it? It was Jasmine Rice Band with the ta-da. And what the fuck was it?
So yeah, my favorite play of the game.
Favorite play of the game was the LeBron thing. And no, we started talking about something. Oh, the small seats.
Oh, yeah.
The small seats. They were small.
Not much leg room.
Okay, so favorite moment of the game.
Come on, I didn't get my favorite play.
Oh, all right, sorry.
All good, man. All good. It was 2, actually. One was LeBron related because how could it not be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they were already down 15-20. And top of the key, he just had, I forget who was defending him, but he just started doing all the dribble moves. And with such ease. It was almost like he was showing off.
I remember this.
I don't even know if he got the basket, but he made it to the basket like nothing. Like that yellow uniform looked like lightning. Like It wasn't even that fast. It was just swift, and he knew exactly what he was doing, and it was fancy. And I'll admit, I was aroused, and it was a good time. But my favorite plays of the game. Mr. Echo. But
did you have a LeBoner? It's a joke. It's part of what we do here.
Comedians!
Hey! Oh, God. We got to wrap this up.
But my favorite actual play of the game, it was 2 plays coinciding. Like, we were down 8 to start the game.
Come on. Stop stealing my thunder.
That's just what happened. And Gordon Hayward comes out and just gets 6 straight points for us. And that led me to yell, career game! Over and over. I thought he was going to have a career game. Either way, it's what got us into the game. And that, any Hayward doubters, I will point you to this film.
I remember this because it pierced through my left ear like a screaming child.
Yes. Oh, that's me, at this point.
Which was also piercing through my right ear because there was a screaming child. Now the Celtics won by 30 fucking points. Yeah. What people might forget is the Lakers went on an 8-0 run to start the game. They were up 10-2.
5 seconds in, JaVale McGee.
They were up 10-2.
It's like, okay, I remember looking at you. I was like, so this is...
Like I said, a lot of Lakers fans, lot of Lakers fans in the building.
Oh, that's my
and there was this this shrieking child right behind my right fucking ear. And I'm like, this is the one that only gives me shit when I'm getting infections. And I have this screaming Los Angeles bastard, because whoever, I didn't see if he was with his parents, but there's no way that whoever the mom's with is the father. I just feel confident in saying that without even turning around. Polygamy. So anyway, that was probably one of my least favorite moments.
Sorry.
No, not you. The shrieking child. Let's stay on that. Least favorite moment, game-wise. Is it just the 10-2 start? It's just the 10-2 start, right?
Game itself.
Game itself.
Experience.
Game itself. The 10-2. They kicked the shit out of us as soon as they started coming. Dude, the game wasn't even close after that.
Yeah, no, that's really it. It was the 8-0 start, and I was like, so this is what this is going to be.
I wasn't worried.
I was like, shit.
I wasn't worried.
I was like, all right, here we go. Other than that, I can't really think of anything, man. It was swift. It was smooth. It was, it was fantastic. I'll be honest with you.
I gotta bang my jewel pot against the table in case you guys are wondering what that noise is. Because fucking with me.
Yeah.
Still breaking my.
That's really it. Overall,
breaking my fucking balls over here.
Overall, good game, man. No real complaints about the actual play. Oh, I was worried because Tony Brothers was the ref. He's famous.
There was a lot of Tony Brothers talk.
Yep, he was famous. He's just a famous ref for being horrible.
I would have been more nervous if there were actual brothers around us because you were harping on this.
Yes.
And I don't think most people research the referees.
No.
Anyway.
Only after I talked about it.
Okay.
Which leads me...
Fair enough.
...to interrupt you. Top 5 James moments of the game. Hey, haha, he. I'll do top 2. Unless you were going somewhere with this eventually.
I had no plan on it.
Perfect. I'll just grab my microphone. I'll do top 2. First one, Laker fans in front of us, to the left. Obviously wearing LeBron jerseys. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes into the game.
I kind of remember this.
We're up like 5. We're just starting to get on a run. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, boo! Top of my lungs, boo. Laker fan in front of me to the left turns around and is like, are you serious? Pope, he's been playing good. I'm like, he sucks. Every time he takes his first shot, I boo, he hits it. Takes a second shot, misses. I boo at the Lakers.
Yep.
And for the rest of their tenure in the game, that's right, just their tenure, I was booing / cheering in their direction. And guess who left at halftime, Patrick?
Oh! Oh, and the plot thickens.
I don't want to say. Look, man. I know we're up by how much we're up by, but I'd like to think I had a little bit to do.
Hey, man.
With them leaving early.
You are half Irish and half Jewish. If there's anything that you know how to do, it's to excavate people from their land.
You got it. Sure, you got it. Death and dismember it.
Through a more personal experience as opposed to the enforcer. But anyway.
What are you going to do? Number 1, James moment at the Celtics Lakers.
We can't do this yet. There's still, we're in case people can't tell, we might have had a few drinks over the last hour here that we've been recording, talking to you people, enjoying talking to you people. It's been a long time.
We're vibing.
It's been a long time. I mean, we're actually at an hour and 5 minutes here.
Fuck yeah.
You know what? At some point, if you guys listen to this, I'm probably going to leave the fuck up in. No, I'll change it. Anyway.
All right, so moving forward then.
Here was my favorite non-Celtics moment. I actually have two, too. Since you did 2, I'll do 2. My favorite was the guy who was sitting in front of us, who was obviously a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Who couldn't find one of the kids that was sitting with them when they went out to go get, drinks and snacks at halftime. And now, my counterpart here, James, I sent him on a beer run at the beginning of halftime. Now, I had a full beer. Just want to let you guys know that. And I sent him on a beer run, and the man did not come back until there was like 6 minutes left in the third quarter. I wasn't worried because I figured he was getting food, but I was like, if we get to like 6 minutes left in the quarter here, I'm going to start to get nervous. And he came back with like maybe 6 minutes and 18 seconds left. So really, that was so now I got 3. That was one of my favorite parts too.
Clutch.
And he had the beer.
And
the chicken fingers.
Yeah.
With the French fries, and I think I stole a chicken finger before I even sat down. We might have went over this already. Yeah. My favorite moment. I actually have 4 now. So there's 1.
I mean, we can keep going.
You booed somebody who wasn't Caldwell Pope.
I booed a lot of people.
And a Lakers fan goes, you went boo, and some Lakers fan goes, who are you booing? And I wanted to go, mind your fucking business. But I'm older now, and I wasn't trying to start shit, so I just kept my mouth shut. There was something else I liked, maybe the chicken fingers, I don't know. Let's just go with that. Here was my favorite part. Now, you, sir, have been prefacing how you were going to act at the game since I told you.
Yeah. Warning.
So I had about a month warning.
Yeah.
Saying I'm going to be a complete fucking jackass once I enter this building. But I knew that you would be restrained slightly because I would be your date,
and
if
I
you will.
almost got kicked out. I almost got kicked out last year too, so I got to make some changes.
That's because you went with a punk ass bitch. Yeah, I said no. I'm just kidding. He's a nice guy.
It was completely my fault though. But anyway.
What up, engineer guy? Punk bitch. Anyway. How's the wife and fam? I love all of you. Anyway, my favorite moment was I believe for about at least a year or 2, Garnett hadn't even been on the team anymore, but they still used him for the intro where he goes, "Let me hear it," and people would go, "Fuck!" Wasn't it at least like a season or 2 after he was gone that they were still doing it?
You got it.
So this year they have Kemba, and he just does this scream. So like ladies and gentlemen, your Boston Celtics, and
Let me hear it.
they do the whole intro thing. When Kemba did the screen, that's the cue for the crowd to really start letting it go. And so I hear this,
and the crowd wasn't really letting it go, my friend.
I heard
Not
this.
To my standards.
I heard this slight eruption from the crowd, but to my left ear, all I heard was, And for anybody who's seen the movie 300, that's basically what I was sitting next to.
Dude, welcome to Celtics.
All you needed was some face paint and a horse. You didn't even need the spear. That shit when you were like Dragonborn, motherfucker, you would have shouted people to death.
That was your intro.
It was some of the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen anybody's body shake from toe to nose.
I emptied myself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got it. No.
You know what? We're gonna keep going. We're at an hour 10. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna pop out. We're gonna come back. We're gonna keep going. And we're back again. I'm fucking blasted. I think we were talking about Celtics Lakers.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to the pivotal moment of the game.
Did I talk about you screaming already? Or did I do it outside?
Yep, no, you talked about that.
Okay.
But in the middle of the fourth quarter.
Welcome everybody to Patty C's Point Podcast.
Oh, we starting over?
Sure.
All right, so let's talk about the moment.
Fuck. Will you get my beer, please?
No.
The host doesn't get up. I'm gonna have a French fry. We're getting real professional towards the end of this podcast. You know what? Let's just get to it.
Pivotal moment of the game.
Oh.
Halfway through the first quarter.
Okay.
About 5.5 minutes left. I noticed to my left a cameraman.
Oh. Wait, you said first quarter.
First quarter.
No way.
It was the first quarter. Don't question me on
Absolutely
this.
not.
Do not question me on this one. I remember the moment.
Okay. I remember what happened after the moment, so you say what you gotta say.
First quarter, and I remember saying after, happened in the first quarter, I can go home now. So I do this thing, right? It started back when
Okay, hold on. Let's get the listener re-involved.
Yeah.
So we're at the Celtics game, Celtics versus Lakers. We're going ape shit. And game started with a big Lakers run, shrieking kids, Lakers fans everywhere. Some of them talking shit, some of them very professional. So James is very excited, and he has a routine.
Yes.
Not a shtick, a routine.
It's a routine.
A ritual, if you will.
More than anything, yeah.
A part of Celtics lore. Now, if you just let me fucking talk as the host, I mean, you're a guest here. So, slow your roll. You don't have to shut your mouth because you're going to talk soon. But The Rock says, slow your roll.
I got excited.
Celtics lore. You ruined it. So, you know what? Why don't you just tell everybody what you did?
So it all started back in 2012 when the Patriots were going to the Super Bowl, and I stayed up all night with a couple of friends of mine, and we went to the Patriots Super Bowl send-off at Gillette back in 2012.
Yep.
And on the way...
They lost, but go ahead.
But still, on the way there, we didn't have time to grab breakfast, but in my friend Craig's truck was a nice banana there.
Oh, nanner there?
A little nanner. And so I bring it in just in case. I was hungry, I was broke, I was unemployed. Something that seems familiar, but I bring the banana into the game. Cameras everywhere. I open the banana. I start eating it. And I have this glorious, glorious, glorious epiphany. I'm thinking, I should be the guy that's just eating a banana in the crowd as the camera's going by.
Why shouldn't there be one?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
So...
tie-ups.
I go through the whole game. Every time a camera goes by, I'm pushing kids over and shit. And mind you, the banana's open.
Well, I mean, not that you're Kobe, but you're doing work.
I'm doing work. And the banana's open, Patrick.
Yeah.
There's a timetable on this.
Yeah.
It's getting flimsy. It's getting brown.
We're talking produce here.
We're talking produce, people. Shit was nanners. But it wasn't. I never got on camera that day with my banana. I held it for like over 2 hours. It started to brown. It fell a couple times out of the peel.
And that's on you, Boston Celtics. Just like the 09 finals.
Yeah. It's on you, Patriots.
And the Kendrick Perkins trade.
Well,
how the
also...
fuck can you trade Kendrick Perkins for Jeff Cocksucking...
This is why I got the banana.
I'm not doing this.
This is why I brought the banana. And this is why the Patriots lost that year, too. Anyway.
You know what? You're right.
100%. So, let's flash forward 2 years.
Dos años.
Dos años.
En español.
Actually, I'm sorry, it was 1 year later.
Un año.
Not unemployed anymore.
En español.
Not a great job.
Tiene trabajo. Es no bueno.
No bueno. But
No, tengo trabajo.
But it's the Celtics.
Celtics.
We're playing.
French League.
French League.
Tu sabes French League?
We are playing the Kings.
The Kangs.
Not a good team.
The Kangs.
The Kangs. Not a good team.
Like Steve Harvey, who came to see the Kangs.
Exactly. Only they weren't kings of comedy or basketball or anything. They were pretty terrible that year.
Kangs of mediocre or less.
Exactly. But the game itself is beside the point because in the third quarter, the whole game, I'm looking for the cameraman. I want to get on that Jumbotron. I've never been on the Jumbotron before. And guess what I brought?
Let's get to the potatoes and meat here.
Guess what I brought?
Did you have a nanner?
I had a nanner, baby. I'm in the balcony. I see the cameraman. He's looking around for the next person to put on. I get up. I start waving my fist at him, but in a positive manner because that's a Celtics game.
Yeah.
He looks over at me. He's like, oh, a nice fan.
Positivity.
Looks like he's into the game. You know what I mean? This will be good. Turns over to me. I'm still doing the fist thing, and out of my sweatshirt pocket, I peel a banana with lightning speed.
Lightning speed.
You've seen me open burritos.
I've seen you open. Hey, let's.
It's a whole story for another day.
Whew.
So, I peel that sucker in like lightning speed, like 0.5 seconds. The banana's open, and I take a big bite of that guy right there. I look over. The whole thing was caught on camera. People start cheering. People start. It's not the whole. It's not the whole place. It's not quite a standing O, but
it's enough.
It was more than enough, my friend. The rest of the game, once in a while, people would just be walking by and be like, "Hey, banana!" I've never been happier. Lucky himself, and there's photographic evidence of this. Lucky himself was in the balcony, and he sees me, and we start talking, and he was like, "Oh, you're the guy with the banana." We take a picture. Probably the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
Up until. Celtics Lakers. Patty C.
What year?
James Grant. 2020.
2020.
I had this 2020 vision, if you will.
And excuse me. Just real quick. What day was it?
I drank a lot. I don't remember.
It was a holiday.
Martin Luther King Day. Monday. My last day of work, actually, mind you. So, great endings lead to
I was saying, shout out to civil rights.
Yeah, sure. Great endings and great beginnings for James Grant. All that other stuff, too.
Yeah. I wore my Rosa Parks shirt, just so everybody's aware of that.
First quarter. Well, first of all, I got through security with the banana. Don't ask how.
Yeah.
And
I had way more reasons to get thrown out in my pockets.
Yeah.
But I converted everything to a cigarette pack. Remember, I go, this is the best I could do for you, TD Garden.
That's right. You made it, buddy. They didn't take your lighter away like they did mine last year.
You throw everything in the cigarette pack.
They didn't check it.
They're never going to.
They checked mine. Made sure there are no joints.
I don't know.
The year before.
Well, I put the joint behind the tinfoil part.
Good call.
The tinfoil and the gold bullet were behind the tinfoil. And then the fat nug, so I could get home, was on the right side behind the tinfoil.
That is a veteran.
So everything. I've been trying to sneak drugs into places for a very long time. Not bad drugs.
No, none of that stuff.
It's like weed and
Exactly. The green stuff.
If the weather outside is frightful in your early 20s.
So, last part of the story.
Just
pushing on through here. Just pushing on through. First quarter, I got the banana.
Bananas.
Took it out of the jacket pocket. Ah, shit, I shouldn't have said that. And put it in the sweatshirt pocket. Easy access.
Yeah.
Easy access.
And that's not going to make an alarm go off.
Exactly. So, I see the cameraman, middle of the first quarter.
Okay, hold on. Can I narrate this first part before you actually get on screen?
Be my guest.
Okay, because I watched this on the Jumbotron. Now, you're talking to the camera guy, but you're already on the Jumbotron. And you just see, you're right next to me. So you're like, oh, so you're going to come back to me? You're going to come back to me. Okay, cool. But you're already on the Jumbotron. And you're full hands. So you're going to come back to me? You're going to come back to me. And we're going to go? And we're going to go. And then you notice, and I think he gave you the wave, because then you look and you see yourself on the Jumbotron. And then...
Now, at this point, I think the Celtics and the Lakers were getting back on the court.
I don't know if you were on the Jumbotron
I know,
for like a solid 4 seconds.
I didn't know that, but I saw myself kind of on there. I noticed the players are getting ready. Like, literally, the ref has...
I'm sitting there eating popcorn like, holy fucking Christ, he's already on the Jumbotron. He's still talking to the camera guy. He's already on the Jumbotron.
The ref has the ball in his hand. They're about to start playing. I realize I'm on the Jumbotron. I'm like, I have a second.
Yep.
I couldn't peel the banana, Patrick.
No, but I saw what you did.
I pull that sucker out, and I take a nice little bite right out of the side of it.
Raw dogged it.
And
straight up, no fucking chaser.
Not at all, dude. It was gross. And I was on there for probably a split second with the actual banana itself, and then... cut.
Anybody who was looking at the Jumbotron saw you bite into the banana, but it cut away almost immediately after the bite. Yeah. And you were so in character at this point in moment that this was when I talked about when you were screaming at the beginning of the of the intros.
This is part 2.
This was my favorite part. I was hoping you didn't notice this. I was waiting. I've been waiting for fucking weeks. A week and a half. We went to the game a week and a half ago. I've been waiting a week and a half to see if you picked up on this, and you didn't. And whoever you pray to, I'm thanking that God. I'm literally thanking all gods that people pray to, because I was so fortunate to maybe be one of the only people who caught this in a whole arena of people. When you bit into the banana, there was a guy behind us. I don't know how far he was. But all you heard was this guy go, Jesus Christ.
Yes! And that is why I do this, Patrick.
And
that's why I do this.
Fucking lost my shit. When I saw you pull out the banana, the only question I had was, how did he get it through? Because I wasn't surprised that we had went to dinner and you had the banana. I wasn't surprised that we went to a bar before we even got into Boston. You had the banana. I wasn't surprised about any of this. I was anticipating the banana. But when that fucking guy just let out those 2 words behind me, I fucking died laughing. And you thought I was supporting you, but I wasn't.
I figured.
That was some of the best shit that I've ever experienced in my entire life. And for anybody who doesn't know, all I had to do was stand up and I would have been right behind you the whole time. Because I had seen you on the Jumbotron for literally at least 4 seconds. You're literally doing this. So you're going to put me on? You're going to put me on? Or you're going to come back to me? You're going to come back to me and then I'm going to go on? Like, because you know I can kind of read lips. And I'm hearing you say it and watching you do it. So I'm like, he's been on. Why isn't he could have peeled it already? I knew what was going on. Because I feel like you gave him a hint that, like, hey, I feel like this the cameraman, this is the banana guy.
Those Celtics Jedi mind powers, man.
Oh, shit.
It was a good time, man.
All right, man. You know what? I don't want to hit the last topic because we ended this one on a very happy, lighthearted note. We'll pick up. There's one topic I want to get to. We'll pick it up on the next podcast.
Could give a quick,
you know what? Anybody who's still listening, we're gonna do a quick after the pod, and we're gonna touch on the Kobe Bryant, and maybe we'll talk some more shit about the game we went to, and just some other random things to make you guys laugh. So anybody who's still here, appreciate you.
Seriously,
appreciate you listening. I was doing very short podcasts for a while, thinking that, maybe I'm just too much, which is agreeable. But I really wanted to get back onto this. I enjoy doing it. I hope that anybody who's still listening, enjoyed listening to us just be idiots. And, we do put some time into putting this together, and just want to thank anybody who's still here and anybody who likes the podcast. Please do, the like and the subscribe and the share, and I'll get better at this.
All that stuff.
I'll get better at this. Maybe I'll even start the podcast with it like everybody else does.
Never know.
But we just we do this to have fun, and we hope you have fun with us. Thanks for tuning in. It's Patty C's Point, the podcast version. And you tuned in to the Apollo Creed of podcasting. Why? Because I got a lot of nicknames. And me, I am, as a wise man once said. James, we are, as a wise man once said.
Yes.
And we saw LeBron.
Yeah.
Tight as fuck.